It's KDAY Morning Show, CeCe and Romeo,
Yes.
and of course we got family. We got DJ Carisma in the building, but like this is family because I feel like I've known him for years.
Yeah, man.
Jon B,
Good to
what
see
it
you,
do
man.
though?
Good to see you guys, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's a
looking at
blessing
him
to be
right now,
here.
smiling, because I always have his CDs in my car. I was always bumping. I'm like, he's sitting right in front of me.
Man, it's so good to be here, y'all. I
Yes.
listen to you guys all the time, so
For real?
absolutely.
Thank you,
What do
man.
Oh, I
mean?
appreciate
and
that.
Since back in the day. So
See,
this
see.
is
We love that,
I go
yes.
back
See, and I
to the AM. You know what I mean?
and I look at you and I think about my girl because sometimes when we get dressed to go out, she be bumping Jon B. I'll be like, oh, I know what kind of night this gonna be.
It's one of them nights where you smile. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, that's
Thank you,
what's up,
Jon B.
man.
I appreciate that.
No, that's love.
Yo,
bro.
man, been in the
Appreciate
game
that,
for a
man.
long time, and now what you're doing right now is priceless.
Yes. Yeah. That's the new single right now. It's
Yeah.
the movement. I'm so blessed to have DJ Carisma
Yeah,
lace
man.
me with this remix, man. It's fire. I almost don't even want to play the original just because it's the remix is so fire, and everything that I'm doing right now is really, I feel like you got to adjust with the times. You know what I
Yep.
mean, and blend with the times if you are part of the culture of what's going on. You know what I mean? I've always followed really tightly to what is going on, both as a DJ too, and a producer and a singer and everything, as a lyricist. So I really like to allow the times that influence me and the sound selection, all of that. So
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Priceless is very much that. I was really inspired by a lot of artists right now of the time, right? The Weeknd, I would say Eric Bellinger, he's super
Love Eric
dope.
Bellinger.
Yeah, man.
Even Drake, and I'm just like all around, just everybody's doing their thing, and I feel like melody is really important right now in this
It
day
really
and
is.
age. A catchy melody is everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you could lace that any way you want, you know what I mean? Because a catchy melody will keep everybody singing that same little hook line or whatever. So
Definitely.
you never know when you hit that right on the spot, you know what I mean? And you get something that I think everybody can kind of sing
Absolutely.
along to. That's really easy to kind of vibe to. Most people will get it. I feel like this record right now I'm feeling really good about it, especially when
Look at the smile on his
Yeah,
face.
man.
I know.
Listen, when
It's
it
taking a
comes
long
to
time to come out. too.
R&B music, you're legendary when it comes to R&B music. You know what I'm saying? We all bumped your music at one time or another. And Carisma, when it comes to music in the streets in California, she is a gatekeeper to hip hop when it comes to the
Yes.
West Coast.
Yes,
You already
I
know.
don't even want to say California, West Coast. She's so legendary.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys teamed up, how did that even happen and come into play?
Yep.
I mean, that's a blessing from God. I look at it. And,
Right, absolutely.
Absolutely, but I will say that, it's just a matter of knowing each other for years and literally being in the same places and having mutual respect, always showing love. And just, I've always followed what she does. And I've heard the remixes that she's done, you know what I mean? And at the same time, I know that it was, well, I'll let you speak on that part.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, I want to be the first one up on or one of the first ones up on, a real like remix from her, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like a
First
full-fledged,
official.
Damn.
full-fledged beat, everything,
crazy.
where it's really her expression, with just my vocal, acapella vocal. And man, when it came back, because everything has changed so much in music, I feel like there's a certain energy that she has with what she does, and it's very. As soon as I heard it, I was like, I heard probably about 20 seconds of it. And I was like, that's it. That's it. That's fire. That's
quick?
fire. That's fire.
I was
Because-
nervous too.
yeah.
Were you,
I actually
Carisma?
sent him a couple, but the first one was the main one, and he automatically.
It was a no-brainer. I mean, one thing there's genius in simplicity. You know what I mean? There's genius in sort of laying back and not doing too much, and just putting enough sauce in there to where it's just like, oh, I want to ride to this now. It's almost like my version, like the daytime version, for like a nice little walk on the beach or something, or
Right.
driving the car in the daytime. Her version is nighttime. It's like the city lights come on. You know what I mean? And it's
like,
like
you know,
riding down the street.
yeah, it's
She
like
wakes
that,
up the city
it's-
at night. That's what she does. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
it is, man.
It's
I
like
want to
that
ride
BET
to it.
Uncut.
So,
I want to ride to it, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I just want to.
so
Oh,
you've
that's
known each
awesome.
other
Yeah.
for years. Did you hear the track initially, or did Jon B say, "Yo, check this out"? Like,
Yeah, they hit me and they're like, "Yo, John wants you to remix his new song," and I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me? Of course!" Like, You know those moments where you like you get to work with your idols. It's like those moments are surreal sometimes. So that was definitely one of those moments.
Where were you when you got the call?
I think I was at home with my daughter, and I got a text. Got a text, and I was like, I didn't even hear his original version. I was like, I don't care, I'm with it. So I was like, well, we can do it. They sent me the original. I was like, just vibed out for a couple of days and just started messing with beats. And I was nervous. So I'm so glad that he liked it, and I'm glad that people are getting great feedback so far from the streets. So
absolutely,
I love it because it's like when you compare the vibes of it, you'll see that one is so bright and then the other one is very like dark and fantasy. You know what I mean? It's very, very. It just got that whole element right now. I love it's happened. It's very ambient. You know what I mean?
I think that you have your ear to the street all the time. So I love the fact that you're working with Carisma because she knows the sound that the people want.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Because she sees it every night.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, that's what I'm really trying to say. Is right there.
What's gonna work.
Exactly that right there. I mean, she knows it's gonna work, and trusting her ear is like that's a no-brainer for me. I just wanted to see how she was gonna flip it, and it just happened to be so because like the cover for my single is like the sunset. You know, our California sunset is like unbeatable, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
trees.
But that's the vibe. That's what I get when I listen to the remix now. Is that sunset. So hopefully everybody when they hear it, man, I know they're gonna enjoy it. They're gonna enjoy my version, but when they hear her version, they're gonna see what I'm saying.
We need y'all to go get both, all right?
Yes,
now. Go get both. Get the day and the night.
Yeah, that's right.
Jon B gonna have y'all right.
So let me ask you this. So now you're working on an album, right?
Yes. Pretty much
will Carisma be putting her hands on any other tracks on the album?
Well,
maybe?
we might just have to go back in and cook up.
Man, I have to submit some stuff, but yeah,
that's
definitely.
Right. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to hear this new. So you're doing a full project?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm doing a full project. I've been working on it for some years,
Okay.
And it's been between, being a full touring artist, I'm always on the road touring. And that's what the main bread and butter these days is.
It is.
Yeah. So,
but that's tiring too. Sometimes
very
people don't
tiring.
understand. It's not as
glorious or
glamorous as people think because you know what I'm saying. One stop. You're
That's
always
right.
on the go.
And it doesn't leave a lot of time for other things in your life. So I'm also a father too, a husband.
Beautiful.
I got to be there for my family too and make records. So it's taken a little longer. So it's been about, I don't want to even say how long it's been, about 5 years since the last project. But I will say that it's been a well-earned 5 years because I'm feeling very confident about the music that I'm doing right now. You know, and it's just like, at 45, and I'm not ashamed to say my age. I'm 45, still alive in a
There you
real
go,
way.
dog.
You know what I mean?
45 still alive, looking 25. So
bless up, man.
B.
Appreciate
I need your
it.
moisturizer. Which
I got
one
a
of
lot.
these, Jon B?
I just finished doing a record with one of my favorite guys in R&B, which is Donell Jones. For years, we were.
Love Donell Jones.
You know,
Yes.
Say what? Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And that was such a cool experience for me to have him come through the crib and just be in the studio like the same way you came through, and we were just vibed, and it was just so, authentic and real. It was easy to do a video, to do the whole thing. So, the song is called Understand, and it's also something people need to go check out as well, man, on iTunes,
Okay.
And there's a video for that, for both songs, both Understand, featuring Donell Jones, and also Priceless.
Here's some, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the way you approach your music and the way you write, you know how some people, like 20 years ago, they can write certain song, but as they become a family and all that, they got to change it up. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the things you're talking about were relatable then and can still resonate now.
Thank you, man.
You agree with me on that, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's grown and sexy.
Yeah.
You know what?
And it hasn't changed.
So the last thing I can remember Babyface telling me,
we got to.
he said, just be honest, honest with your peoples and they're going to love you. You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of always wanted to do with my music. We just be honest.
Yeah.
Show you all the sides. You know what I mean? But sometimes
And
you're a little too honest.
working with Babyface,
Yeah.
what was that moment like?
Man, that was absolutely career defining for me.
Yeah.
And also as well as being the most closest that I've ever come to, being like around somebody that is just the most important person in my life, in terms of musical influences. Showed me how to do everything I know how to do. You know what I mean? So
because I think you guys are somewhat the same. I mean, you write the way you
Thank you, man.
music.
Thank you.
And
That's a
then
huge
my
compliment.
favorite record, "Someone to Love." Like,
man, that's mine to this day.
Repeat.
That and Are You Still Down with Tupac?
Are You
I
Still
mean,
Down? Is
Come on,
my
man.
favorite. Okay,
Thank you.
seriously. Now, speaking of Tupac, how was that?
Yeah, I mean that's to be quite honest, that was really the most intense collaboration. Amazing,
Really?
collaboration in terms of being in the studio with him. His aura, his vibe was so positive and so motivational and so inspiring that it seems surreal thinking about it back now. It's been so many years, but he really was that guy to just kind of, just be in the studio and just like, all right, what we working on now, man? What we writing about? All right, we're writing about our ex-girls or whatever. All right, are you still down now? Ask her if she's still down, JB. All right.
So who came up with that title?
And
Who came up with the title?
Well, he did.
Really?
Actually, yeah, it was amazing because through the conversation we just had said, you want to ask her if she's still down. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, are you still down? Okay, that's it. And then he told me, this is how it goes. Girl, it's all right.
No, he gave you the melody.
Wait a minute, are you
Pac
serious?
Yeah, he sang it to me. And I was like, wow, okay, like that, Pac, all right. Like, because, he's got the rough tone of his voice, and he was, girl, it's all right, baby. I was like, okay. And I would go in the studio and sing it wrong every single time. He had to re-sing it to me and be like, not like that, man. Like this. No, smoother, man, smoother. Sing it like you, man. And I was like, I had to like kind of let the guard down and ease in because we had the whole death row up in there.
Imagine trying to sing in front of all the death row.
It was
You're
40.
Like,
it was 40
shit.
people up in there.
Are you
It was
still down?
Hennessy.
You got
It
all
was
these
smoke.
homies
It
like
was
this.
everything going.
Like this.
Yeah, and I was a little intimidated.
Right.
You know
Of
what I mean?
course, like, come
but
on.
I had to let it go, and once I let it go, that's what you had was.
Woo.
And when you let it go, what did it
Hits.
sound like, Jon B?
Oh, I ain't gonna sing it now.
Girl, it's all right. No,
I mean, let me see.
It's
like,
early.
girl, it's all right, baby.
Easy.
'Cause it's there in your eyes, yes. I can see that you want me.
oh, yes. I want you, girl.
By the way that you smile.
There we go. Yes.
Are you still down for me?
Are you still down? Are you still down?
Legendary.
That is so legendary to be in the studio with Pac. What do you think? You've been doing R&B for quite some time now. I would love to know your thoughts on the current state of R&B.
Oh,
What do you think about it?
I love it. I'm so inspired by everybody right now, like The Weeknd and like I said, Drake. Let me see. Her is incredible.
she's amazing.
Yeah.
For the let's see, I got to give the females their props too. I mean, even like I like just everyone who is doing such amazing work. I mean, I'll say Post Malone. I'll put
Yeah, man.
I'll put somebody. Khalid is amazing.
Oh, I love him. Yeah, he's
I
good.
love Khalid.
I love that record better. It's one of my favorite records, man.
Absolutely, man.
I think it's better. Love that.
Yeah. So yeah, the list goes on and on, man. I just feel like there's nothing but good stuff right now to listen to. And so I'm only inspired, and I feel like I love this generation for being so diverse, man. And just letting go. Because what
so
I was
diverse
fighting,
and so bold.
that's right, because it took my boldness back in '95 to be one of the first white dudes, you know what I'm saying, in R&B, really, and not really be proud of that in any way, you know what I'm saying, or like use that to flex on anybody in any type of way, in terms of like the fact that I was white. I didn't use that in some sort of way to be like relevant, you know what I mean? I wanted to personify my heroes that weren't white, you know what I mean? That define what R&B was, that define what hip hop was. And I still have nothing but love for this music and this culture to this day. If it was back then, I was loving on Nas, I was loving on, Gangstar, I was loving on Tupac and DJ Quick and all that.
Yeah.
So now I'm loving on all these new people, man, and
I
it's
love
all
you
good.
saying
And,
that
you
too,
know what I
though.
mean? And
You know
it's
what I'm
nothing but love for everybody right now. I feel like I need you to spread some love back though over here, though, too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
come back this way.
No, for real. You've been in this game and you've learned so much. sometimes I'm all about each one, teach one. But you're supposed to pass on to somebody else because you usher them in, correct?
That's right.
Okay. So what is the advice that you would give to an up-and-coming R&B singer? We have a lot of them out there in LA that are still trying so hard to make it.
Yeah.
I would say, you're bound to repeat the histories of others if you don't pay attention to the ones that came before you. You're going to have to just repeat what they did anyway and learn on your own way. But I say when we look back, and we see what other people did and we have homage, we have respect for that, and we kind of like use that as sort of like a template to learn from. We don't have to repeat some of the same mistakes or even go through the same things, and we can come up with better results because we learn faster. So that's kind of like what got me in the game so fast, was that I had Babyface as a template.
Yeah.
And, to really say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my career like this. I'm going to produce and write and be an artist and spread my production and, not just be the kind of artist that stays at home, but be touring and performing for people like he does, and stuff. So then, that helped me a lot. It got me to where I'm going. I would say the same thing to anybody today. Just don't be afraid to be yourself in this world where, it's kind of hard to be yourself sometimes,
Right.
especially when you have everybody telling you what they think about you instantaneously.
Yeah.
But just believe in yourself, and also don't be afraid to go back and see the love that's there to cultivate what you're trying to grow here.
That's
what I
true.
mean? There's a lot of
It's only
love.
going to make you better when you do go
It's
back.
only going to make
Yes.
you better.
Well, I got to ask you this, though. You talked about Babyface, but like, if you could name 5 of your R&B singers, your favorite or best of all time.
All time.
Any era.
Oh, man, this is crazy.
If you could give us 5, Jon
All right,
B.
I'll say, so Prince, Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross,
Yes.
Marvin Gaye, and then the last one I get, man, this is sad because I have so many, I would say, but I'd say Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm low-key mad he didn't say Anita Baker. That's
Oh,
my
you know
favorite
what?
of all time.
I have to think male-wise just because the influence of
Right.
But Anita Baker is up there too. Oh, for sure.
You Bring Me Joy is one of my favorite
And
songs of all
Sade, come on, I got so
yeah.
many.
One of mine.
I got
Yes.
so many. I mean, it's not fair. If I give me the 10. Give me the 10. I give you the top 10. I was playing.
I love it. What now? I actually saw your special. I think
The
I saw it on
Unsung
TV.
special.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Was it on TV One?
TV1,
Yes,
yeah,
I seen it. It was
Unsung, yeah.
so good. And
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
talk. You mentioned your relationship. Now, what advice do you give? Because sometimes having a long-lasting relationship in this business can be so hard,
challenge.
difficult. It's a challenge.
Yeah, I'm going on 13 years. Well, we're 13 years now.
That's a
Big
blessing.
up wifey up in here, man.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. We're partners in our business. We are partners in our life. You know what I mean? So just be a team. That's the dying words of my last words of my dying grandmother that she said to us on her deathbed was like, just be a team. I promise you, just be a team. And she went to her her grave being a beautiful wife and a beautiful grandmother and somebody that inspired me with the love that I have in my heart to share with y'all.
She led by example.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so I want to exemplify the same love from my wife that my grandfather had for my grandmother.
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Just
And that's
be a
all I'm
team.
about. Just be a team, just be a team. And
I like hearing
and old fashioned is okay.
Mhm.
We got to adjust to a lot of modern ways in this modern world, but being old fashioned is okay. And going back to like I said, going back is okay, man.
So important. I got a 6-year-old, and I'm old fashioned when it comes to like chivalry. It's not dead, man. I still open my girl's
Chivalry.
door.
Yeah,
I pull a chair out. We go
that's
out to
right,
restaurants,
man.
and I got my son. If I don't get to the door in time, he'll go open the door for his
Man,
mom.
come on, man. That's
That's right.
That's
He has
so
to know.
awesome, man. So
You know what I
awesome.
mean?
That's the way it needs to be.
So I definitely appreciate and respect that, man. 13 years. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, so
Thank
we're going to
man.
ask you a
Appreciate that.
question. Valentine's Day is around the corner, okay?
Uh-huh.
So I know your wife's in the studio. So here's the question. And this has been a debate on some people here at the station.
It has.
And so I'm going to ask you, Jon B,
Mhm.
is sex considered a gift during Valentine's Day?
Oh wow. Oh, I mean, Well, yeah, it is a gift every day.
Hey, the gift that keeps giving.
The gift that keeps giving. That's the answer to that. Yeah, absolutely.
So it is a gift.
So it is absolutely a gift.
Yeah, man.
Romeo
A
agrees.
beautiful gift.
I'm all in on that answer.
Okay. It is a gift. Better believe that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So you got the single out, man, Priceless.
Charisma
on the remix.
Yes.
Worked on the full project. What have you not achieved you want? Like, is there someone you want to do a duet with that you haven't had a chance to or write for?
Yes. I mean, man, right now I want to work with everybody and anybody who wants to work with me. Tough.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? At the same time.
Okay.
Because I find when that synergy happens, kind of like me and Tupac, it's the same. You never know what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been able to work with some of my heroes in the game. So I just want to continue that element of, just that collaboration. I need to be in the studio with you though, man. Don't expect it to be like, I'm gonna throw you my wave or whatever and you throw me your wave back. We need to be in and have a real collaboration.
I like that.
And so but I'd like to get in the studio with Drake for sure.
Okay.
And make a record together. We've been on records together, but we haven't made a record together. So I feel like that would be classic for me.
Okay. That'd be good.
And
Charisma can make that happen.
He can make that happen.
Well,
I know
she can
Drake is a fan of
definitely
yours.
Oh man,
I know it.
I mean, I've met Drake before. I have nothing but love for Drake, and he's been a newer influence for me in this, with the modern sound. He's for a long time now.
Yeah,
for over 10 years. So it's been a beautiful thing having that sort of like that wave go back and forth from us. That current of great positive energy. He sampled one of my songs called "Calling on You," which was on my third album. I think it was third album, fourth album, whatever. But he sampled it and he flipped it and he rapped on it and it was a dope record. And I feel like we could really. That's just the beginning. That's the tip of the iceberg. So yeah.
Charisma, I know you DJ, you're out there, and but now you're doing producing. Do you think you might step more into the role as producer and as from DJ to producer? What's your career looking like?
Yeah. She's asking for a friend.
Definitely. Like I've dropped many records on a Khaled scale, but now I want to definitely just more of the producer of me giving tracks to people for their albums and their projects, things like that. Not necessarily being a Charisma featuring record.
Right.
So that's this year what I'm really going to focus on. So you're going to hopefully you hear a lot more Charisma tracks sprinkled all over the world.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Oh, we will. You're the queen of everything.
She's got a very exotic sound. I mean, that's one thing.
She has a good ear. Very good ear. Yes.
I mean, right away, I heard a lot of things that I don't hear a lot in music right now. And exotic, like flutes and different things. And you might hear it. They're sprinkled in there, but she's putting something in there, man. I'm not gonna give too much away,
90s
but
kid,
she got the spice. She put the spice on that thing, man. For real, it's got something else.
And
on
John, he can sing.
I bet he can.
I'm not saying that. Like, they always think I'm like you really you can.
Hey, C got my back. She be pushing.
He can sing.
Oh man, hey, I would love to get in the booth. Like in the perfect world. Me and you do a song together, she produce it.
Hey,
it'd be a win-win-win.
Let's get it.
Just put me in the background.
Let's get Drake on
Give
it
me
too.
a little something.
Let's get Drake on it too.
What I need to do.
Go.
I'll just be right there. Man, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Thank
for
you.
real.
Yes,
Thank you guys,
and Charisma,
man.
I just want to say I'm so proud of you.
Hey.
Listen, I've known her before radio. Charisma's always been a queen at everything she does. So you picked the right person to work with you.
I know
I'm
I did.
honored.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Genuine. She's
Absolutely.
genuine.
Let's spin that priceless right now. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
Do it.
man,
We
let's
jumping
get
into
it.
it.
Let's
Come on.
go.
Go,
Love
J
it.
Dub.